Oh, please! You need to do something about this!
Hey, don't do this in front of others.
I can't possibly lose my job like this! I never thought that this would happen! Please! You need to help me!
You need to leave, now! My name is Yoshi Maeda. I'm 30 and I have an office job. My husband, Tomoki, and I got married 2 years ago. I wish I could tell you that I live a happy life, but life isn't always easy. We used to get along when we just got married, but now we've been cold-shouldered to each other.
Yoshie, you're the one and only one. I'll make sure I make you happy. So, will you marry me?
Tomoki proposed to me about 2 years ago, and that was when I decided to marry him. Until then, I had an impression that he was a kind and warm person. Since he's 5 years older than me, I felt that I could rely on him and that he'd be a great partner in my life. I thought everything will go well after we got married, but things started going the other way between us after a few months into our marriage. Ever since we got married, I've been taking care of laundry. By the way, I also clean the house, cook for him, and take out the trash. Not only that, but I've been paying for all of our utilities. Tomoki lived with his parents until he was in his 30s, and he wasn't very good at these things. I would understand that, but he would always be lazy while I took care of things around the house. One day, when I was doing laundry, I felt that I'd be taking care of everything for the rest of my life. So, hey, can you help me do laundry every once in a while?
Huh? But I don't even know how to do that.
All you have to do is hang the clothes that were washed and take them inside after they're dried up.
Why do I have to do that? Taking care of things around the house is a woman's responsibility.
What era are you from? All my male colleagues said that they take care of things around the house.
Well, I'm not one of them.
But you keep going on your phone whenever I'm taking care of things around the house.
I get to do whatever I want when I'm home.
Tomoki and I work at the same company. Our workplace values performance, and we'd make more income when we accomplish more, and we get promotions based on performance. Tomoki is already in his 30s, but he doesn't have a title. On the other hand, I'm 5 years younger than him, but I'm assigned to a leadership position. Although the two of us are in different departments, it's evident to anyone's eyes in terms of which one of us makes more income. I've always thought Tomoki was a kind man when I first met him. We both pitch in to pay rent, but I always take care of everything around the house. I wish he would take the initiative to do at least a couple of chores. This was the first time I ever talked to Tomoki about chores, but he still continued to look the other way when I was cleaning the house. Hey, can you learn how to take care of things around the house?
I said, why do I have to do that? I'm the head of this household.
Head of this household? I'm making more than you. You don't take care of anything around the house and you don't earn money for us. How dare you consider yourself the head of this household? I wished I could say what I was thinking, but I knew it would start an argument. I decided to hold myself in. Can you take out the trash then? You would know how to do that.
Huh? Are you looking down on me? What if our neighbors see your husband walking around with dirty trash in his hands?
They're not going to think of it much.
Let me make it clear that you're being ridiculous. Our neighbors are going to laugh at us if they see a guy walking around with a trash bag.
I regretted that I married this man. I wish I had married someone who was a bit more considerate and someone who knew how to take care of at least a few things around the house. A little while after that, my parents were visiting our house. There's a famous barbecue restaurant near our house. They said that they wanted to swing by at our house since they were going to that restaurant. The two of us joined the dinner. Here we are! Welcome to our house!
Your house is cozy. You keep it very clean, too.
It's a nice size for the two of them to live together. This is great. Really? I would, never want to live in such a small unit. Huh? I have a sister named Kana. She's 4 years younger than me. She works in marketing at a large company. She would operate social media and upload articles about her colleagues. She's the face of the company. But your husband is handsome, and I do envy you for that. She acts like a nice person at work, but she's always like this when she talks to me. She's always been popular among boys ever since she was in elementary school. Boys would always get her chocolates on Valentine's Day. When she was in junior high and high school, she was going out with multiple different boyfriends. Recruiters from the entertainment business had tried to recruit her too. She's pretty and she's popular. This was probably why she was assigned to marketing at the large company that she started working at. Because she knows that she's pretty, she tends to intimidate me. Are you having fun looking down on me? When I had a boyfriend for the first time in my life, which was back in my senior year of high school. Yoshi, was that your boyfriend that you were on the phone with? Yes, that's right. Really? What kind of guy would ever be in a relationship with you? He must be compromising. Compromising? It's none of your business. But you're not pretty. I wonder what he's like. Can I see a picture of him? Ew, I feel like puking just by looking at his face. Oh my god. I don't like the fact that you have a boyfriend too. You're being rude. Get out of my room. One day, I invited my boyfriend over to my house so we could study together. I've always dreamed about studying with my boyfriend. We could have studied at a library or a cafe, but I didn't feel comfortable being in public. That was why we decided to study at my house. I'm sorry, I need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
While I was at the bathroom... Oh, where did he go? I heard some suspicious voice from upstairs. This is good. It's your first time, but you're doing good.
But if Yoshi finds out about this...
It's okay. She's slow as heck. Oh my goodness. I haven't done it with him yet, but she did it without hesitation. I didn't know what exactly was happening on the other side of the door, but I'd never forget what happened. My boyfriend came out of the room after about half an hour and told me they was helping her out with homework because she asked for help. But it was obvious that they were doing something else. I ended up breaking up with him about a month later. I don't know which of them took the initiative, but considering their personalities, I'd assume my sister was the one who invited him into her room. Ever since that incident, I couldn't trust men. Tomoki was the second boyfriend that I ever had in my life. My husband, Kana, and I were all in one space, which was one of the most uncomfortable situations I could ever be in. My sister was being rude, too. Tomoki, how much annual income do you make?
I make about 150K.
What? Really? You make so much more than my sister.
Yeah, I'm the head of the household.
What is he talking about? He doesn't even make 40K. Where did that number come from? By the way, what made you fall in love with my sister?
Huh? I guess it's how she's great at taking care of things around the house.
Oh, really? But my sister isn't really good at cooking, right? I'm better than her. Would you like me to cook for you sometime soon?
Really? Would you do that?
Cut it out. What's your problem? Oh, stop taking it out on me just because you're a terrible wife to him. That's not what I'm talking about.
Cut it out, both of you!
The three of them left after this awkward situation. Later that night...
Your sister's very pretty.
Yeah, she is.
What's wrong with you? Are you upset because your sister said those things about you? You look pathetic. You should learn from your sister.
Shut up! I don't feel good, so I'm going to bed now. How did this ever happen? Whenever I have a relationship with someone, Kana would always get in my way. Things between me and my husband aren't going too well after what happened then. This is bad. About a month later after the incident... This is strange. I came home after working overtime that day, but it seemed like I locked myself out. I usually leave home half an hour earlier than Tomoki, just because I don't want to ride a crowded train. I never forget to take my keys with me. I tried to open the door, but it was locked. Maybe Tomoki wasn't home yet? This is bad. This means that I'd have to wait outside until he gets home. I decided to ring the doorbell. Huh? What's that sound? I could hear some sound inside the house. What's that sound? About 2 minutes later...
Oh, did you just get home?
Yeah, it seems like I forgot my keys today.
I see. I'll be right there.
Tomoki was home when he opened the door for me a little while after. I'm sorry for forgetting my keys. Wait, what? When I looked inside the room, Kana was standing there. Why are you here? I forgot something the other day, so I just came back for it. You came all the way here on a weekday just to get something? So what? What exactly did you forget here? My cell phone charger. I just got here and I'm leaving now. Kana seemed as if she was rushing out of the house.
I'm going to shower now.
Okay. This is strange. I wonder what would have happened if I had my keys and entered the house on my own. Besides, if Tomoki was home and Kana was here to truly get what she forgot, why would he lock the door? It was also strange that he didn't unlock the door for me immediately after I rang the doorbell. Why would she come to grab her cell phone charger on a weekday evening too? That night, I was searching for ways to figure out whether a spouse was having an affair or not on my cell phone. As I was doing my research, I found something interesting. I found a small wiretap. A wiretap might sound a bit intense, but it's basically an audio recorder. I'd install it somewhere my husband won't find, and I'd record the audio. It wasn't as expensive as I thought, and I decided to purchase one. I didn't want Tomoki to know what I was up to, so I decided to have it delivered to a P.O. box instead of my house. Now it was time for me to decide where to install it. According to an article I read, these things are typically installed underneath the table. But if he ever drops anything on the floor, I never know if he might find it. I decided to install it behind the clock. It's hanging on the wall, and he would never touch it. I decided to leave it recording for the following 2 weeks, and I knew it! As I listened to the audio recording, I discovered that Tomoki and Kana were having an affair inside my house. I hated hearing such a terrible recording, but I didn't have a choice. Based on what was recorded, I also discovered that Kana and Tomoki were seeing each other every other Tuesday and Thursday at my house. Hey, Tomoki, I'm going to be home late next Tuesday, so just eat dinner without me.
Oh, okay.
Tomoki sounded unusually excited about this, and I already knew why. Since they were always having an affair on Tuesday, I decided to make them let their guard down by telling him that I'd be home late that day. I planned on coming home early enough to catch them in the action. And it was finally Tuesday. I typically work overtime on Tuesdays, but I decided to finish everything in advance the day before just so I could be home early. The two of them usually spend time together around 5 p.m. every Tuesday, so I figured that I could go home around 6 p.m. to catch them in action. As I got home, the door was locked, as if it was going to stop me from what I was about to do. There wasn't a point, because I had my keys with me today. I opened the door slowly so they wouldn't notice me, and closed it as quietly as I could. I walked over to the bedroom. Needless to say, I could hear Kana's voice. I decided to open the door. What are you guys doing?
Yoshie! I thought you were coming home late today.
I happen to finish work early. What's going on? I need you to explain. After a small moment of silence. Why are you so mad? Don't you feel ashamed of yourself? What did you just say? Your husband decided to hit on me because you weren't attractive to him. She's right. If you compare me to my sister, I'm sure she's a lot more attractive. But that's only on the outside. I thought that my personality would count, but it felt like everything I'd always cherished had just shattered at that moment.
I'm the head of the household. I get to do whatever I want, wherever I want. You're a terrible wife, and you don't have the right to argue with me.
I didn't know what to say since Tomoki wasn't making any sense. I remembered something like this happening to me back in high school. I wonder if that's how my ex-boyfriend felt about me too. I couldn't help myself but to feel angry. How much longer are you going to just stand there? You're an eyesore. I want you out of this room. Tomoki was panicking at first, but he seemed to be calm. We weren't done here, so I need you to leave the room. I wished I could punch her in the face, but I knew that wasn't going to help the situation. I decided to leave the room. As I was walking out, I could hear her making insults, but I couldn't truly hear what she was saying because I was simply too upset. I never thought my sister would steal my house and my husband. I felt terrible. After thinking about what to do, I decided to stay at a hotel for the night. When I got there...
Hello?
Dad?
Oh, Yoshie. What's the matter?
Kana did it.
Kana? Did Kana do something to you? Did Kana do something bad to you? You need to stop crying and tell me!
After I calmed myself down, I decided to tell my father about everything that happened. By the way, the audio recording at my house is sent directly to my phone. After talking to my father, I decided to send the data over to him. Of course, it was the audio recording of my husband having an affair and the conversation I had with Kana just earlier. After hearing this data, my father...
I listened to everything. Yoshie, I'm sorry. I never knew my daughter was like this, and I was never your help.
No, it's okay.
Now that I know about this, there's no way we can continue letting him be this way. The same goes for Kana. It's not that I can ever make your pain go away, but I can't possibly let them get away with this.
Kana needs to learn her lesson.
I'm so sorry to let you feel this way.
It's fine. I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep now. Good night.
Good night.
And the next day...
Hey! Yoshi!
What is it?
I just lost my job! What's going on?
They don't want an employee who would have an affair with my sister.
But how does the company know?
My father actually owns the largest share of this company's stock. By the way, I got my job at this company because of my father's connections. I never told Tomoki about this because my father didn't want me to share this information. My father was upset about the fact that Tomoki cheated on me, and he decided to share with my company to complain about it. As for the company, they didn't want to keep a man who would cheat on the daughter of the largest stockholder.
Oh, please! You need to do something about this!
Hey, don't do this in front of others!
I can't possibly lose my job like this! I never thought that this would happen! Please! You have to help me!
You need to leave, now! He was trying to persuade me for a while, but after realizing that everyone else was watching, he decided to leave. He ended up losing his job after what he's done. I made sure I charged him a settlement as I filed a divorce with him. The audio recording sufficed as evidence that he was having an affair. Tomoki tried calling him a few times after we broke up. He wasn't very successful in finding a new job. He was broke. His parents had disowned him, and he had no one that he could rely on. As for Kana, she ended up losing her job too. The company that she worked at had been invested in by my father. He's currently the largest stockholder in that company too. After being pressured by the largest investor, the company had no choice but to do as my father said. Kana came to apologize to me only because my parents had forced her to. She was sent to work at a factory in the countryside. As for me, I currently enjoy being by myself. I charged my ex-husband a settlement, but I wonder how he's going to pay me when he has no financial ability to make payments. I guess it's none of my business since I make enough income for myself. I haven't had much luck in finding the right boys. Maybe I should study how to find the right men for myself.